Hi, welcome to this week's Science Corner. Today we're going to be talking about cold flow improvers. There are several types of cold flow improvers, also called wax modifiers, wax crystal modifiers, and crystal inhibitors. There are several different chemistries used for successful wax modification. A few of them include EVAs, ethylene vinyl acetates, PEBs, polyethylene butene, PPEPs, polyethylene propylene, and MACs, polymaleic anhydride amide co-alpha olefins. Whew, that was one tough one to say. Surfactants have been unsuccessfully used as wax modifiers. However, when used in conjunction with the wax modifier, they increase the performance of the wax modifier themselves. The effectiveness of the wax modifiers depends on different factors. One of them includes the diesel fuel itself, the hydrocarbon length chains, and the paraffin wax carbon length chains are a various mixture. We get around this by having different molecular weights and polydispersity of the wax modifiers. The success of the wax modifier depends on a lot of different factors. Remember, diesel fuel is made up of a bunch of different length hydrocarbon chains, and the same goes for the paraffin. A wax modifier that works really well on a 28 length carbon chain does not necessarily work for a 32 length carbon chain. Luckily, we have different mixtures of molecular weights and polydispersity of our wax modifiers so they can cover a wide range. That being said, certain mixtures work well in some diesel fuels and some don't, so the results are never the same. We cannot give you a guaranteed minus 25 on this fuel when you can put it in this fuel and get a minus 38. You never know. We test cold flow properties from 3 different methods. Number 1 is the cloud point, ASTM method D2500. This is the point where the wax crystals start to form and you will see a cloudiness in the fuel. The second is the cold filter plugging point, ASTM method D6371. This is where the flow of the fuel will actually be stopped because it gets caught in your filter. This is the size of the crystals that are big enough to get caught, and the amount. The third one is the pour point, which is exactly like it sounds. ASTM method D97 is the point in where the fuel will not pour and become a solid. Another key point to note is that the wax modifiers must be added before the fuel reaches the cloud point. Once the wax crystals start to form, the wax modifiers cannot do their job. Wax crystals are in a formation similar to this. Wax crystals agglomerate with other wax crystals to form a giant crystalline structure. The wax modifiers have a structure similar to the wax crystal with a polar end. They attach and create smaller crystals, similar to this picture. Hot Shot Secret Diesel Winter Anti-Gel successfully lowers the cloud point, pour point, and the cold filter plugging point, ensuring winter operability at its finest. Check out more details at hotshotsecret.com.